All right, people, don't freak out. You are what?
That is wonderful. I love it.
For those who didn't see the paranormal intro, I can do the another paranormal intro. I actually got two of them now. Yeah, you know what the heck? Here we go. Here's that paranormal. See?
Great spider. Love the spider.
Yeah, and you know,
That is so cool.
I'm not a spider person, so I
Oh,
don't.
I'm not either. No.
You know, if I had a snake, guess what it would be fed? Spiders.
No. Because, see, I like, what are those? Chameleons? The things that blend in and they got the eyes that move funny?
Oh, the geckos? Yeah.
I want one of those.
Yeah.
I like them, except they eat crickets. I hate crickets.
Nothing wrong with that. I mean, I know a lot of places there's a lot of crickets. I just give me a nice little farm of those bad boys and those crickets will be gone. Right?
Nope. I mean, I can deal with the rat. Tom takes care of it. You know, Walter's happy. I'm fine, but no.
Nope. You can't convince me to go down there and take care of a snake. Mm-mm.
I don't like snakes. I ran over one time, remember?
Yeah, it's about the only good snake. It's a dead snake.
It came fly. I ran over it with a lawnmower, push mower. And it shot out the back in pieces.
Ew. Well, you knew what was for lunch.
I was pregnant. I was very pregnant.
No, see, I don't touch Walter. He's the quiet one. He doesn't take anything to do. He's just cool. He's in there. I don't see them unless I poke my head and say hi to Tom. You know, that's it.
Are y'all reading that comment?
Yeah, I hate snakes. Shiver. Actually, he's pretty cool.
That comment. Or EW could tell some dad jokes to attract crickets.
Okay, that I don't understand.
Because we were talking about crickets.
Oh.
So yeah. Okay, so catch. What we're doing is, 2020 has been a horrible year. I have talked with friends who are in the counseling industry, and they say their bookings are getting like jam-packed because there's a lot of people who are down and depressed, and there's a lot of other issues that have been going on, and it's a hard thing to deal with because, you know, on one hand, you want to do everything you can in your power to help, but then you're kind of like, what can I do? You know? And so I thought, why not close out 2020 a little bit different than everyone else? Because, I mean, I guarantee you're going to find a lot of shows who are going to do year end of 2020. They'll go into review of that and everything. And so I don't want to do that because there's been a lot of horribleness that's happened. So why not end the year on a positive note? What do you guys think?
I agree.
I would like that.
So
definitely.
To start it off, that's why we have Miss Renee with us tonight, because she does, of course, Angelic Comfort, and is our queen of positivity. So we need to get her a little tiara, and but we have her with us tonight. Next week we have a comedian, and I am waiting on confirmation. But we might finish off on the 18th, our last show of the year, with, let's say, a material girl type person. Was that a good enough hint?
Madonna? You're getting Madonna? No, please say no.
There is an artist on the station. who actually dresses and looks just like Madonna and sings like Madonna. But she is a sweetheart. She is a very, very nice person. And her name is Chris America. She is, I've interviewed her before in the past. And like I said, she is an amazing lady. In fact, Renee, didn't I give you some of her music for your station too?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, you can't tell. You really can't tell it's not, Madonna. But yeah, she's, and so if Chris, does say yes, then we will have her to help, bring out the end of the year. And you'll see what I mean. Annie's sitting there giving me that serious mother look. I'm waiting for the glasses to come down to the tip of her nose. Yeah, there you go. And just give that look.
Is it the old Madonna or the Madonna now?
I tell you what, let me go ahead and pull up some images of her so you can see, because she is, like I said, Chris is an awesome lady. She blows me away with what she does, and then she actually has concerts, believe it or not, because she's become that popular with it. So here we go. Here's a image of one of her pictures. Give me a moment. I got to go through all this, and voila. Can you tell the difference?
Yes, I can. She's much prettier.
Oh, okay.
That's not trying to be catty. I mean, really, she's much prettier than Madonna.
Yeah, I think so too. But I mean, like I said, she's a really good lady. She's gone out of her way to help a lot of people and do a lot of different things. This, come on, can I get a bigger picture? I'm gonna have one negative thing today, because it's gonna be my gripe session, so to say. All right, let's see. Can we? There you go. This is Chris without the Madonna look.
Yeah, she's prettier.
I agree. She's much prettier than Madge or whatever they call her, whatever.
I never understood the extra of her. Man, there goes the gas moments.
Yeah, it's my phone. I turned off the notifications, but it's
Oh, I thought he was saying something that was being bleeped out.
Oh, wow.
Like, I like that. Okay.
Have you heard me do a show where I have that much in there? No.
Well, we don't usually say anything,
I try my best, but I'm going to show you a picture here. I'm going to put it right here, so it's going to cover us. So you sorry, Renee, that actually covered you. We're still to the side.
Hello.
I see that tongue. This is the image that's going around on Facebook right now that Facebook is blocking.
Why?
Yeah.
They're claiming it shows violence or something like that. And I'm
violence?
Okay, but you need to understand there's something more to it. It's literally Santa Claus kneeling in prayer next to the baby Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that before. What's violent?
You tell me.
I'm telling you, people are nuts.
They're saying it's a violation. Basically, I think some people turned it in. I think saying that it's in violation.
They have got to be so. You can bleep this one out. Miserable with their life that they have got to complain about everything, no matter what it is. If you don't like it, don't look at it. Hello, newsflash.
And now
move along. Don't ruin it for everybody else.
And so now you understand the purpose of trying to create some positivity to close out 2020.
Well, I'm positive if I see somebody that's doing something like that, I'm going to throw punch them. So there you go. That's my positive point tonight.
I think a lot of it is, and I'm going to say it too, is that there's been too many participation trophies handed out. But, they always say the squeaky wheel gets the oil. And it's usually a minority of people that are the squeaky wheels. But to shut them up,
They've given
them their way because people don't want to deal with it. And it's kind of the point where it's out of contrul.
It is. Yeah.
Let me use
I can't do this. I'm trying so hard to get this phone right.
You make a great point there when you say the squeaky wheel. And I'm not knocking him. I'm just using him as an example because it was what he used to get into the election, and that was Donald Trump. When he first ran against Hillary Clinton, the one thing he did was bring up all kinds of stuff that the news, the media was just hammering and wanting to grab onto. Now, if you've ever heard the thing of there's no such thing as bad publicity, or, bad publicity is good publicity. The point is publicity over publicity over publicity will actually bring him the news, the media, so they paid attention to him. This is not a bad idea to get where you want to go if certain things like that. However,
in everyday life,
that's a problem.
It's a problem.
Exactly.
Yep. People
because
are
personally, I don't care what anybody thinks. I don't care what you believe in. I care about you as a person.
Mm-hmm.
And there's been so much ugly lately that there's a lot of people that I've just said, basically goodbye. I've gotten rid of them off my timeline, and I don't have to deal with it. I don't need that energy in my life because I've got my own stuff I'm dealing with, So
didn't we do a show, Renee, one time we called them energy vampires or something like that?
Yeah, they're energy vampires.
Yeah.
Yep. And the same with people who are complaining all the time and posting things about their, their ingrown toenails and showing their boo-boos all the time online, or, they're an energy vampire. And right now, because of all of this separation and this name calling that we've had on anywhere, it doesn't, not just social networking, but people seem to be braver when they've got a computer between them. But even with that, you put off so much negative energy into the atmosphere, into the environment with so much negativity that it starts pulling down on people and pulling down on people. So yes, the COVID, and the lockdowns, the pauses, whatever you want to call them, have had an effect on people, but it's more the fear and the negativity from that fear and from all this bullying and all of this cyber whatever and name calling and temper tantrums that is making it even more difficult on people to be positive, because it's in our environment. Unless you can shield yourself and really protect yourself from it and know when to walk away. Oh, there's drama forming. I'm walking away. That's not my monkey, not my circus, then you're going to be pulled down too.
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly what Tom and I were talking about tonight. Okay. This thing did not go off as I would have hoped, the election. Okay. I am not going to let these people steal my joy. I am going to surround myself with the people I love, the things that I love, doing the things I love. If I could, I am not going to go that route.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be in my world. They don't have to be in my world, and I'm not going to let them get me down.
There's two things that we've always been told not to talk about:
religion and politics.
And there's a reason for that. Now, yeah, exactly. Now, religion is one thing you can talk about because,
not anymore. You're not allowed to be religious. You're not allowed to believe in God or.
Bear with me a second.
Right.
Let me explain it. If I was to talk with somebody else within my church or within that setting about religion, then I'm doing right, because even the Bible says it's like sharpening iron on iron. Okay, you're helping each other, you're promoting each other, you're helping grow each other. The problem that a lot of people have, and no offense, I'm not racist, okay, but when you start shoving this stuff constantly down people's throat of like Black Lives Matter and this and that. I live in a diverse state. And you know, I mean, because they have the Hispanics, they have the blacks, and I promote every bit of them. I have no problem with that. But there's no reason for somebody to constantly tell me that I need to be woke.
Yeah, I no.
And so this is where I mean when I mean that they're trying to shove these kind of things down the throats. Now, when you push that point too much,
people tune out. They shut down. I don't want to hear it either.
exactly.
And I have friends that if we do not discuss politics, and I will not bring politics up because a lot of people don't know how I feel. Keep it to myself. It's my business.
Right.
We get along just perfectly.
Yeah,
but
politics.
You don't want to throw that in there. My daughter is the polar opposite of what I think in some things. She got mad at me. She hung up on me. She wouldn't talk to me for a while. It's like, excuse me, I really don't care about
it's okay.
This does not define my life. So
well, here's the thing. You made a great point to start. Politics aside, religion aside, it's who we are with. Hey, we vote or are against or for whoever's president, but they're not living under our roof, are they? No, exactly. The people we associate with, they're not those politicians, right?
No.
Okay, so this is where we need to focus, is what's within right in our area and what we can deal with. Because, for example, if you give me news that's sad, I'm going to feel sad. If Renee gives me news that's sad, I'm going to feel sad because we're friends. If I give you some news that's going to that made me happy, how would you feel?
Mm-hmm. Happy.
Exactly. So this is where we talk about the association and working with people and helping each other, because if we stay around the negative naysayers, then what's happening is we're hurting ourselves more and more. And I think we lost Renee. There she is. Yeah, but we hurt ourselves more and more. And so the politics, see, there's a time and a season for everything under the sun. Okay? There's a time for joy. There's a time for sadness. There's a time.
I think you need a tune behind that.
Yeah. I know what tune you're thinking about. No. No. But the point of it is that we've spent almost an entire year in depression, oppression, bitterness, hatred, just everything finally balling up, that we have to end this year on a positive note, or we're going into 2021 with the most negative outlook ever. Mm-hmm. We're hurting ourselves.
I agree on that one.
Yeah. So
the problem, this is the problem. Fear is an emotion.
Yeah.
It's not anything that's solid.
Right.
Your fear is not my fear to carry. Just like your opinions, your thoughts, and your beliefs are your own perception. They're your own, how you see your world, not how I see my world.
Except I know that we both like to see things as a positive.
We do. Yes. No, we do. But what I'm saying is that I'm not going to think like you. I'm not going to live my life like you. I'm not going to walk like you. I'm not going to talk like you. I am a totally different individual and human being, and we're all supposed to be different. We're all supposed to be, if we all lived in the little white house with a little white picket fence and wore the same clothing and talked the same way, and if things keep going the way they are, we all will be. Without much say, but that's you, and I'm not going to reflect you through my life. Do you see what I'm saying? Just like a lot of people will mirror each other. And sometimes it's intentional, and sometimes, like, if you have a saying, right, like, Lordy, 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 and you're with people all the time and they start saying Lordy, 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 well, then you're not really an individual anymore, because you're a follower. You're mirroring that person, and you don't want to mirror people unless
Well,
you don't.
I get what you're saying, and I agree with it, but let's just use, and I'm not trying to throw this down anyone's throat, but I just want to use this as an example. Everybody knows that Jesus walked the earth and he was a good person, Okay, what happens if we mirror what he did? If we find somebody positive in our life and we like them and we try to mirror them, meaning we're doing what we can to be as good as that person, is that a bad thing?
That's not a bad thing to obviously to pick up the positivity, but a lot of people pick up more than just that. Or say you feel that I should be just like you, and I should have your thoughts and your opinions.
Oh no.
And if you're not, and if I don't think like you and I don't act like you, then I'm going to blow up at you, right?
Yeah. Right.
Or you're going to blow up at me, whichever, and you're going to keep shoving and cramming your thoughts and your beliefs and your life in my face, when that's not how it's supposed to be. And honestly, it's a big turnoff for other people, and this is where we strike those emotional we get into these emotional feelings and emotional outbursts, and we talk about action and reaction, and only we can be in control of our own emotions, our own reactions to somebody else's action. And it's really important that people understand that unless you have control to be able to get up and walk away, then if you don't, that's how things escalate. And this is the same thing, you see people that are protesting, and they're not like they're shouting and screaming. Well, shouting and screaming gets you nowhere, right?
Yeah, like you're eating dinner and they're in their face.
Right. And it's like a continuous cycle, a continuous circle. Nobody is hearing anybody. But this is where we come into the false idea that the more we scream, the squeaky wheel gets the oil. And it's not how it's going to work. It's not how it's going to work anymore.
The best leaders, and I teach this in a lot of, as people ask me for consultations in their business and stuff, the best leaders are the ones who lead by example. Mm-hmm. They're willing to do what they're asking someone else to do. Okay. And I don't have a problem doing the things to try to keep a smile on my face, because you guys know, if I can, I'm going to give every bit I can to smile. None of y'all probably know how many times I've done a show that I'm in dire pain, or, like, for example, can you tell that I feel sick today?
Yep.
I'm running 100 and something degree fever, and I'm still here doing this because I believe enough in trying to help put smiles on people's faces and help turn that sorrow and bitterness around before the year's out. I believe that much in it. But, it's easy, as Annie said, when we get behind the mic or behind the computer, and of course, you don't always get to see the picture when we first started, but you got to hear the voice.
Right.
And we're good at masking what we need to mask to get through with what we're doing.
Right.
Then afterwards, it's, give me my cane. I got to go back to, whatever. That's what it is behind the radio. Like, great example, Howard Stern. I've heard so many stories about Howard Stern on how he is on the radio, but his wife will not let him do any of that at home.
Yep.
He cannot be his radio personality at home.
It's just like I was saying to Tom. It's like I actually, as I'm in my pajamas, it's like I used to sit on the couch, just draped over the couch, and not anymore. We're out there.
Yeah.
But I got a thought coming. No, it's not gas, honestly. Um,
Well, how about this? Let me give you some really cool news that I came across that I thought was rare. This really is rare according to even the headline itself. But technically, this December, we're going to see something that hasn't been seen in almost 800 years. Do you know what that is?
isn't that the two planets meeting up and like doing the star?
And creating
Basically,
the Christmas star that everybody
yes,
knows.
I am so excited about that.
Mhm.
Yeah. And if you want to know what day it is, it's December 31st. It's before the solstice night. And hopefully, you guys have a clear evening to see this because it's supposed to be the star that we've heard about when we sing the Christmas songs about the birth of Jesus and stuff. This is what we're supposed to see. And this is a rare opportunity. They say the
Yep.
next time isn't until, well, see, what confuses me is it says that it's been 800 years. However, they estimate the next time is March 15th, 2080.
I won't be around.
I don't know. That's 60 years from now.
Trust me, baby, I won't be around.
Renee, will you?
Maybe not physically.
Yeah.
Well, we got our telescope and gonna be cracking that puppy out, and
That's something I want is a telescope.
we just got one. It's like we were somewhere and there was telescopes. I said, gee, let's buy a telescope. Okay. We got a chemistry set. I loved it when I was a kid. It's like, let's buy a chemistry set.
Yeah.
We got a microscope, just
Okay, they got the scope part right. It just wasn't.
no, it's just like sometimes it's fun to be an adult because you can buy what you want.
Yeah, that's why it's always best tell people to give you a money or a cash gift card so you can go get what you want. And there's never the re-gift moment. How many re-gifts do you do? Speaking of re-gifts, though, I thought this one was a cool headline too. Well, what?
Mr. Segway.
It's Captain Segway. Get it right. When a man gives a car to a substitute teacher, the gift ignites a ripple of good deeds. This is what it's supposed to be. The paying it forward. And this was the paying it forward story is a true story. That's a lot of people don't understand. This kid came up with this idea of doing that. So here's a guy who basically gives a car to a substitute teacher, and from that point forward encourages others to do the same thing. Well, not necessarily give cars, but to help pay it forward, and keep doing that. And
nice.
Huh?
I said nice.
Right? I mean, that's what I mean by the positivity, the giving things to the people. When I first did Santa Claus, dressed up as Santa Claus, a lot of people were grumpy. You mentioned Christmas. I expected to see
humbug.
Exactly. I literally was invited to my first school to go as Santa Claus, and it was a school of mentally and physically challenged children. And I, of course, didn't have a car, so I walked to the school, which was just really right across the street. But I was dressed as Santa. And I literally brought one of the busiest streets of San Antonio to a complete halt. Even the grumpiest of grumpiest people, when they turned to see Santa standing on the street corner waiting to cross, everybody was like, Santa, waving, getting all excited, and you literally saw. See, if anyone ever tells you there's no such thing as a Christmas spirit, they're wrong, because I watched it in real life come to. Now, this is also the beginning part of the story that made me cry later, because as I was in the school, the kids were, cheering, "Hey, Santa!" and all that. They sang and stuff. But one daughter was, or one guy's daughter was in her chair. I think she had cerebral palsy or something, and he kind of had a tear in his eyes, and he thanked me. He says, I gotta thank you. He says, you have, you gave my daughter her wish. And I'm like, excuse me? He goes, they don't think she's going to make it until next Christmas. And her dying wish was to see Santa. And so she saw you. And I was like, excuse me, I'll be right back. And so it was hard. It was probably the most difficult moment I'd ever had. But the thing was, it wasn't necessarily the individual, the person that was, putting the joy in this child's life. It was the image, the joy that was represented that changed her to give her what she wanted. So, it's the same with the pay it forward routine and so forth. Mm-hmm. You're giving joy that others can echo along the way. When you give people negativity, the negativity echoes.
Yep. The one thing though, right now, I'm finding difficult is like when we're wearing masks, I smile at people in the grocery store and say hi. I smile, passing. I don't care. You don't know. Your smile might brighten somebody's day. They were feeling really down. No, you can't tell. People are smiling.
That's not 100% true.
You can see it in their eyes.
You can see it in their eyes. And sometimes, depending on the mask, you can actually see the rise of the cheeks.
I want to get one saying I'm smiling under here or something.
Well, this is really funny, but the younger I get, the harder my hearing is.
Huh?
And yeah, exactly. So now the mask's on because I'm so used to watching people's face and facial expressions when I'm talking to them. Now I can't see either.
Oh, God.
So I'm like, I can't see and I can't hear. I'm like, this is bad.
I can see Renee now in the future.
Oh.
It's going to be like, it's going to be like this. What did you say?
Now that's why I'm like this right now. I can't see diddly squat.
No,
it's getting bad.
I've come to the point where sometimes, if we get in a crowded room, I try to read lips. You got a mask on. Guess what you can't do?
Yeah.
And some of those masks are pretty thick. So you get a muffle. You don't get the actual audible sounds that you get a muffle. And so that does make it more difficult. The one that really got me was there was some time back where my pain management told me, go to the emergency room. You've got some severe kidney stones they need to take care of. So I'm in there getting the vitals done. And these guys are wearing these masks that you see when you're painting a car or something. I mean, it's just big old respirators off to the side. I'm waiting for Darth Vader to come around the corner or something. And the guys yelling through this thing. And I mean, it's loud. He's all, do you have a hearing problem? And he goes, no, why do you ask? Yelling this out. I said, because I'm sitting right here and I can hear everything clearly. You do not have to yell, my friend. He goes, I'm sorry, it's this mask. But I mean, seriously, you think about it, because it's just And I'm looking forward to the time that maybe we might come to not having to wear masks to talk to anybody anymore, being able to have face-to-face conversations again. And that's going to come back. 2021, it's going to be back. We call it forward. We claim it. And that's why we've got to, with the positivity, we can bring those things in. The point is garbage in, garbage out. We keep taking in the negativity, we're going to spew negativity. We need to start bringing in the positivity so we can help share that. You know, a smile, not possible to be seen under a mask all the time, you know. You can't see it. You know, you might see it in the eyes, but you can't always get it. So
I think the first thing people need to realize is be aware of their emotions.
yes. Yeah.
That's the first thing. People need to be more aware of their emotions, what they're feeling, how they're feeling, and then how they're expressing themselves, how they're reacting to other people. This is one of the most important things people need to recognize, just like with the full moon or the new moon or different moon phases, how it affects us. Well, this is, you know, this is how it is in reality. I mean, if you can recognize that in the moon phases, which a lot of people don't, they don't acknowledge it, they don't recognize their own behavior, their own thought patterns. You know, you can put it out there, but people need to listen and truly be aware and then follow through, you know?
Right.
I mean, I've seen people really do a good job at like really working hard at it and feeling proud and feeling better that they're not having this negative interaction with people. Nice.
Well, I'm just thinking every time I hear that.
Well, it's the notifications, and I don't know why. I guess it's because it's vibrating, but that didn't sound right.
That's okay.
I'm not touching it.
But you know, I mean, that's the important thing is that people need to recognize their feelings and their emotions and their fears. They need to realize too are not other people's fears to carry, you know, because not everybody's the same. And that's what we have right now with the COVID is, am I saying it's not real? No, of course not. It is very real.
Yeah.
But the problem that we're seeing is that, you know, you have fear, which is they're trying to instill in people so they can push this vaccine that hasn't been really tested right and not knowing the long-term effects on this thing.
Well, they don't know the side effects. That's the one problem about it. That's why they go through stages before they release it, because the FDA has to know the side effects. Those things actually have to be posted on any kind of medication.
Yeah, so what is it going to be like 10 years from now? If you took that COVID vaccine and had these of you might get compensation.
Now, I will say,
no, you won't, because the drug companies, which Pfizer is subsidized by Bill Gates, by the way, that's why they didn't get any government funding or federal funding.
Well, AstraZeneca is
I don't really want
to UK area, and AstraZeneca is working on one as well. Both Pfizer and AstraZeneca are working head to head to see who's going to release the first one. Now, according to the news that I understand, they already have a crap ton of vaccines that they're going to hand out, but they want the first responders and medical workers to take it first. And it has to be refrigerated. Okay, that's not unheard of. I've heard of medications that have to be refrigerated. But the problem about this is are they going to force the medical workers to take it?
Well, probably, because look at the flu shots.
Yeah, but then again, this is still one of those things that we're not 100% sure about. And, it's like, I'm going to present, a flu shot, or I'm going to present a shot that will stop you from passing gas. And then, okay, I had to come up with something. Anyway, the point is, we don't know the effects of it. We don't know if maybe, because like, for example, Viagra. Do you know what the original purpose of Viagra was made for?
Don't look at me. I don't know.
It was originally designed for heart medicine. I'm sorry, I was getting a message about the.
Oh, I thought you were looking at me for an answer. I was like, don't look at me. I don't
No,
know.
I was getting a message for the thing when I was actually just told by a healthcare worker that they have not been told if it's mandatory yet or not. So there we go. Now we know that part. But anyway, Viagra was originally designed by a bunch of old scientists for heart. Unfortunately, they discovered the side effect and said, well, let's market it this way. And presto, you have Viagra. I'm just, this is how some medicines were discovered, like penicillin. Ooh, what's that mold on the bread? I don't know. Let me taste it. Dude, I'm not sick. We're going to market that.
Right, exactly. I wonder what some of the anti-vaxxers are thinking about this. Are they actually going to make everybody take it?
I'm going to tell you. Oh, okay. According to one source, they said that Viagra is still given to women for pulmonary hypertension. So there you go.
For like blood pressure or something?
Yeah.
No. I don't take that for my blood pressure.
I'm going to tell you what a mentor told me years ago. Everybody, even from naysayers to positive people, everybody has an opinion. And opinions are like, forgive me for saying any children in the room, cover their ears. Opinions are like assholes and elbows. Everybody has one. And that's
not everybody.
If they don't have one, they have the other. If they don't have either, they're dead. I see. I was gonna say noses. See, she mentioned noses. No, look at Michael Jackson. I'm just leaving it.
Michael Jackson had a nose.
He had plastic.
What was left of it?
Yeah,
I know. He was so cute when he was younger. I miss Michael Jackson. I do.
Oh God, Jesus, Jason, really? I'm not repeating that one.
Okay, let's not. Would it be like the side effects though? They said that the side effects are going to be kind of brutal.
Yeah, they're going to be like having COVID. So basically, you're getting COVID. They're injecting it. They're calling this herd immunity.
Well, the only way
I read your thing this afternoon.
Herd immunity is like what we're doing right now. What people are slowly, gradually, it's making its rounds. People are getting it. It's controllable in that fashion. Given the injection, I read tonight that they're saying you're still going to have to wear a mask after you get the injection, and everything's not going to be perfect. You still have to wear masks.
So what's the whole point?
Because you're contagious. Like any other vaccine that you're given, you're contagious for at least a few weeks after receiving that vaccine. But they're even saying even longer until a certain percentage of the United States gets this vaccine. So you're contagious. So you're going to end up with getting basically COVID. Right now, those are the initial side effects, are getting COVID. And they're worried that people won't come back and get the second dosage because the first dosage is going to be harsh. The second one's going to be harsher. So you get all these people who are walking around, hundreds of thousands of people that are getting this vaccination, that are in line, want it, getting it, rushing in to get it. All these people, what's it going to do to your hospitals and your ICU units? If you think it's bad now, wait until then.
Right, if they get it all at the same time. I was thinking about that, like with the nurses at the hospital. Yes. They're going to have to stagger this stuff because you can't have everybody out at the same time.
No, especially if like I said, we don't know that it's mandated yet. But if they do mandate it and they do it like that, I agree with you. They need to do a stagger situation because of that. But see, if we understand right, I've heard people say that the flu shot is somewhat of a, the flu.
I get a reaction for a few days afterwards. That's why I usually like when I was working, since we had the day after Thanksgiving off, I would either go to patient first on Thanksgiving night or wait till the next day. Then I had the whole weekend to feel like crap and be back on Monday morning to feel better.
Right.
Now, Tom and I took my sister had cotton shingles and she was like so horribly miserable. So we talked to our doctor and we decided we were going to get the shingle shot. And it's the kind of same thing. You know, you get one and then you have to wait a while to get the other. We are about 10 miles possibly from the doctor's office. So we both get our shingle shot. By the time we got home, we could barely move. I mean, the reaction was so awful. We had to go, you know, I don't know how long it was before we had to get the second shot. I was hesitant, but I did it. And it wasn't as bad, but
right. Well, we don't
So
know.
let me explain something to you. My mother passed away because of the flu shot. Doctors told the family the flu shot is what eventually ended up killing her.
really, I remember you were saying it was what, 4 times
It was a senior citizen dosage, which is more than the typical dosage. They give
Yeah,
senior
they were
citizens an extra
talking
dose.
about. I
Why
saw the
would they-
commercial like
larger-
4 times the normal dose, and then I was thinking of your mom.
Why would
So-
they change the dosage for seniors, period? I understand that you think about their immune systems and so forth being more compromised, but you also have to look at them as being as fragile as a child.
Right.
Right.
So what it is, and this is what I'm getting at with the COVID too. Okay, so with the COVID, these trials have not been tested on people who are immune compromised, not your cancer patients, not your kidney failure patients, not your heart patients, not your COPD patients, and everybody's going to have to get it, right? They're pushing everybody to get it. The ones they're giving, the ones who have been trialed and testing do not have any underlying medical conditions. And they're going to push it, right? So that's the first thing I want people to be aware of. The second thing is when you are injected with a live virus, which it is, your body is going to react to that foreign body, that foreign substance, that poison being put into your body.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to have the symptoms. You're going to basically come down with what it is that is being injected into your body. And then you are also contagious for a period of time after receiving that. So
Did she just totally freeze up?
Did you freeze?
She froze.
Okay, like you and I.
Yeah,
we
we're
both had strokes.
right.
Some
other
of these
people,
things- oh, here she is.
there I am. You're exposing other people to whatever disease was injected into you. But this is how our government feels herd immunity works. And that's not how herd immunity works.
No, I
Now, my
think
mother,
if I recall right, herd immunity is just simply remove the mask and let it spread so everyone can build up an immunity.
Right.
And she's freezing out again. Oh, she's gone. Oh, wait, there she is.
You there? Yay.
it's got to be my internet has got to be cutting in and out or something. And I don't know why it's been acting up a couple of days, unless the eyes of whoever are watching me. And because
Can
I'm
we say-
speaking truth, right?
Yeah, really.
Somebody's giving you the stink eye. Offer them some deodorant. Okay, look, seriously, the roll-on deodorants, if you read it, it says do not use this on your eyes. Don't ask me why that was there and whoever came up with that. Okay, remember the dumb
Yeah, we did that a long time ago.
Okay, so seriously, it's just like whoever thought super glue was eye drops. Hold on, I'm gonna no. Oh, maybe I'm thinking I said AstraZeneca, but maybe it is Myrna. I don't know. Anyway, I know I was watching the news and listening, and I'm not a news person, to be honest with you. I am so. Oh, Okay, hold on. I got to go back on the flu thing. I just got this one in. It's not a live virus. The flu is a dead virus, and you will get an immune system response, which is normal. Moderna. Okay, good. I was right. Moderna, I believe, is the one that's overseas, and they were the ones that came out with a report that they couldn't understand when they were giving full. They were testing it on patients who had the COVID, and they were giving them the vaccine. And when they gave them a full dosage, it only did a 20% effect. However, when they gave them a half a dosage, it affected 80% of it. And they couldn't understand why this was working in reverse. And so this is the reason why, you can't totally just throw out something and hope that, it's going to be a good thing. So I'm not saying don't take it. I'm totally saying to anyone, it's your choice. It's your choice.
I hope they make it our choice.
Yeah, it needs to be a choice decision.
They need to have a minimum of 75% of the people in I guess in the U.S., but Cuomo's been saying 85% of the people in New York have to receive it. So,
well,
I know I will not be receiving it.
Here's a problem.
And neither will my children.
I know you can go and look up and get the answers to this, because this is 100% true. The COVID that hit in Washington State was different than the COVID that hit New York. When they were tested, the strain that hit Washington State was from China. The strain that hit New York was from the UK. And this is the reason why there was a difference between the two, and why the reactions were so
broad.
Well, wasn't the first case of COVID in Washington State?
Yes, the very first case was in Washington State.
It was on a cruise ship or something. I'm not sure.
The person flew in and went into a well, yeah, that's a true point too. The virus is mutated so many times it's not funny, and which is a very true point. And this is another thing, though, with the mutation of the virus, it's harder to release a vaccine because of the multiple mutations.
So, well, that's the same way with the flu thing. This will cover flu A, B, and C, but it might not cover D, E.
Yeah. So
I had the flu shot and got the flu. I don't think I'm going to take it. I'm just too scared since one of the side effects of the COVID was people stroking out. I don't want to go through that again.
Yeah.
You might as well just freaking shoot me right now. I'm not doing this again.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to go through that again.
I'm trying to be too healthy not to go through it again.
Well, how about this? Americans reveal how they're staying positive in 2020, with 66% agree in their communities are closer than ever.
Yeah.
8 in 10 Americans in a new poll said that they were desperate to hear some positive news in the remainder of 2020. Hello, what are we trying to do now?
Yeah.
And believed the constant stream of bad news has taken a toll. This is what I've been talking about. We constantly hear it. That's why I don't want to hear the news.
We watch the news basically the weather and the traffic.
Yeah. Well, I saw some news before it came on that just disgusted me. I didn't want to even mention it because it's just so saddening. But they said they surveyed 2,000 Americans nationwide. Wow, that is not that many Americans, about how they'd cope with stress of this year. The good news is that 7 in 10 respondents have made it a priority to do something positive every day as the quarantine continues. The top goal shared by 43% of the respondents is just to make at least one person smile every day. 34% are trying to make someone laugh daily and to make it a priority to share positive news with their loved ones. Can you see how easy this is? Just a goal of one person. And when respondents need some cheering up themselves, their recipe is turning on their favorite movie. 40% said that, and eating their favorite snack.
Yep.
Now, 43% of respondents also go for a walk. 4 in 10 respondents call for a friend, call a friend, and 38% snuggle with their pet.
That's what I do. I snuggle with my Eli. I mean, we're snuggle buddies.
Right.
Well, and watching our favorite TV shows. He loves Supernatural, so what do you want to watch? And he says, I want to watch The Boys. It's like, okay, which episode? But I think what I'm going to do, and I don't usually do these New Year's resolutions, I'm going to do this. I want to learn how to play the harmonica. I am going to buy myself a harmonica and learn how to play it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good thing to do. I like doing art and projects like that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I got all this stuff. And that's what I say. Nobody is going to steal my joy. And they can't unless you let them.
I've got 2 baby blankets to crochet now. I finished a crap ton of scarves that are...
He's making me feel bad.
Well, no. I mean, that's where my projects that I've been working on as of right now. I don't have any of them here in front of me. They're all, but and of course it helps when you're in pain. I hate you. When you're in pain, it helps, focus the pain away. Apparently Jason likes turtles. Anyway, I did see I did see something on the news that said that pet adoptions were up. Saw this. So that's a positive thing. That's a really good thing because, pets, believe it or not, they suffer, they feel too, and when they're down and out, sometimes they tell us in a different way, but if we cuddle with them, we love on them, they return the love to us as well. So, those are some really positive things. And son of a gun, I did not click the thing, so we're not live on the radio. Yeah.
We haven't been live?
Well, we're live on YouTube and Facebook, and I'm recording, so we'll put up the audio for it too. But we're technically not on the radio. Oh, the advantages of live. Well, I can't say live radio now, can I?
Broadcasting. Live
broadcasting. There we go. Perfect. I like that. But yeah, so here's the goal that we want to give you guys until next week. Number 1, try to make someone smile, one person, or try to make someone laugh. Only one person. You don't have to go and pick 20 different people. Just one. Pick one person to help make them smile that each day of the week. It don't have to be the same person. You can find
it's going to be the same person for me because I don't see anybody but Tom.
Right. Well, I could send Renee green clouds. She loves those.
No.
But it's just it all it is this putting a smile on someone's face can change. Okay, I can't answer that question. Can you guys answer that question? What blood type is best for depressed vampires?
I don't know.
I want to go, ayo, ayo. No. That'd be Beetlejuice.
Very good. I like that.
Oh, man, I want to go home.
See, I could go A positive, O positive, O positive. Oh, my. I don't know. One of those.
Be positive.
Yeah, be positive. We could do a lot of those positives. Anything positive.
Okay,
it would be a negative. Oh, negative.
Yeah.
So what's the answer?
But I'm not sure. She hasn't put it in.
Oh, Sarah, if gaming is good for that, my husband's all happy. He got a new game last week and he's in there. So.
There's your answer. Be positive.
Be positive.
There you go. I get it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and wrap up the show tonight. Renee, thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome. Thank you for asking me to come on.
Yeah, and next week we have a comedian who will be joining us to help continue this 3 weeks of positivity. We want to close out 2020 with nothing but smiles. So make sure.
Is it the Cricket Man?
Is it the Cricket Man? No, he's it's. Let's say he's a fan of pigs.
Which is there's rules to follow for next week, people. Go to the bathroom before you start listening, and do not drink anything or eat anything during the show.
Yep.
Is it the Funky Rare Pig?
That's the man.
That's the dude.
That would be Cricket Man.
Oh, really?
Oh, I don't know what I got.
Okay, we need to make a note to find out why the cricket story is.
Ask him about Walmart and the Crickets.
Walmart and the Crickets. Why does that sound like a band? Tonight we're playing straight from their album, Walmart and the Crickets.
All you have to do is when he's talking, just go cricket.
Okay, we will do that.
And then send him my love.
Okay. Remind me to tell you something when we go off the air in a minute. But okay, folks, stay positive. Make sure you put a smile or make someone laugh this week, and we'll see you guys next week with more positivity.
Yeah, be kind to yourselves too.
Yeah. Yep. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.